Some of the images you're about to see you may find disturbing. Despair, frustration, anger. Those are the feelings of a First Coast man whose brother is accused of murdering their mother.
Jannette Harriford, a diagnosed schizophrenic, is charged with the crime, but his brother believes Florida's mental health system is to blame. He showed us surveillance video that shows his brother being beaten again and again and again. And Schindler has the story for us tonight.
I keep these with me.
Johnathan Harriford remembers the baby in these pictures.
That's me and Sean. That's my mom and Sean. And that's the thing, like, he loved her so much and she loved him.
With chubby cheeks and big brown eyes, his brother Sean Harriford looks happy, healthy, normal. This is also Sean Harriford, the one arrested dozens of times for trespassing and vagrancy. The one committed to psychiatric facilities over 30 times. The one charged with strangling his mother to death.
So this is my mom's old apartment, number 72. Right here, this is where everything happened.
Johnathan Harriford grieves for his mother, a 4'11" Scottish woman, a breast cancer survivor, a woman who never really learned to drive.
It's been very emotional, obviously.
But he's also furious at a system he says failed all three of them. For years, his brother cycled in and out of jail cells and psych wards. A diagnosed schizophrenic who wouldn't take his medication, Sean grew increasingly unstable in his early 20s.
You can clearly see that he's talking to the air. I'm right in front of him. He doesn't even register me.
In the year before his mother's death, Sean was being arrested or committed weekly. Each time, released, as in this video taken 2 days after a local psych ward found him sane enough to be discharged.
So please tell me how a doctor could release somebody like that and that kind of care to nothing, just on the streets.
Harriford, who'd retired from the Marines to help his mother deal with Sean, began the process of becoming his legal guardian. He also filed paperwork to have him committed, believing the safest place for Sean was a psychiatric facility. That changed after he saw this, and this, and this. This surveillance video from a local mental hospital shows Sean first attacked by a fellow inmate and later tackled by staff, who at one point are pulled off of Sean and escorted away by less agitated coworkers.
It's horrific.
Harriford wasn't told about either incident.
I couldn't imagine how you treat somebody like that.
Soon after, the facility discharged Sean to a local homeless shelter, despite previously diagnosing him as, quote, grossly psychotic and unable to live outside the hospital on his own. That was in May 2014. Over the next 5 months, he continued to cycle in and out of the system. In October alone, he was arrested and Baker acted 3 times. 9 days after his last arrest, Jannette Harriford was dead. Attorney Rusty Mead says the video, which was leaked to them by a hospital employee, shows an often hidden side of mental health treatment.
Because they were trying to cover it up. They figured they put him out on the street, nobody's going to believe him because he's crazy, right?
But that wasn't the only time Sean was beaten, and not the only facility he was beaten in. This video from Florida State Hospital in Chattahoochee shows Sean being pummeled after he was attacked in a shower. A police report says he was struck in the back of the head with a wet floor sign.
An inmate was on him for 15, so this is his face, that on his neck.
These photographs show the results of yet another attack, this time at the Northeast Florida State Hospital in McClenny.
He's getting beaten, he's getting kicked, he's being bit. You know, part of what might have added to Sean's psychoses was the fact that he was being abused in mental health facilities.
Mead says these are just the cases they know about.
That's not the only time that's ever happened. It's not the only time it's ever happened to Sean. It's not the only time it's ever happened to other patients in that facility.
Harriford knows a lot of people would write off his brother or consider his crime too awful to merit mercy. He says he has no choice. He can't afford to lose another family member.
When I was at my very lowest point, I realized if my brother's still alive, then I've got to continue to try to help him.
Ann Schindler, First Coast News.